Hey guys, welcome to a new TV show by StageTalk. Today we're going to be reviewing the pilot episode of Gotham. Overall quick review, I think it was a really great pilot to launch the series. Luckily it was very evenly paced out because they were characters that the viewers were familiar with. There wasn't a whole ton of exposition that had to introduce everybody, so it was easier to start developing characters as well as introducing new characters that they wrote specifically for the series. People, and of course this show did not leave it out, Thomas and Martha Wayne died and within the first 5 minutes. Spoiler alert, sorry. Anyway, we've seen that done so many times in almost every single Batman movie. If there's a flashback or they actually play out an entire scene. Overall, I think it had great introductions for new characters. Like I said before, there wasn't a whole lot of exposition because there were people we're familiar with already. Now, unlike some of the Tim Burton or Joe Schumacher renditions of Batman, these characters were much darker and better written. Some of the writing in those other movies weren't always great. They did seem very cartoonish, much like the comic book characters. But in a way, they sort of took the darker tone of Nolan's films and added that into the show. I think that there was great casting as far as certain roles. With Corey Michael Smith, he had a very good moment as Edward Nygma, who eventually becomes the Riddler. And even though he was only in the show, this particular episode for about 10 seconds, it's a good introduction because he works for CSI, therefore he's supposed to be with the police officers and working with them and whatnot. Robin Lord Taylor also did a great job as a much younger version of Penguin. And as I said before, he wasn't cartoonish, he wasn't the little Danny DeVito type guy with actual like penguin fin hands and breathing problems and whatnot. He was very much just, they called him Penguin because of his appearance. He was a short, really skinny guy, and then Fish Mooney, who was played by Jada Pinkett Smith, referred to him as her little penguin. It still fits him very well. Now, something that we haven't seen until the Christopher Nolan Batman films was a younger, more active Detective Gordon, or Lieutenant Gordon. In the older movies, he was played by a character actor. He was rather heavyset. He didn't really do much. He didn't really help Batman. He was just like the silly, helpless, political figure, authoritative figure. But something that was interesting with the whole premise of this is seeing a much younger James Gordon trying to clean up Gotham before Batman even gets there because he's still a kid in the series. One of the negative things I have to say about the pilot is Donald Logue as Detective Harvey Bullock. His character in a way is just kind of awkward. I'm used to seeing him in sitcoms and comedic type roles, but with something with this series, that he was sort of like a comic relief, more of a comic foil type of a character. But it still didn't really fit with some of the things. Some of his lines were just a little awkward. He tried to be funny, and it wouldn't always be executed in the best way, but still it worked, and I'm sure that his character will develop much more. He is a new character, I believe, to the world of Batman and of Gotham. So it'll be something that we'll have to see develop, and eventually we'll see the much darker side of him like everyone else in the show. Overall, I think that this episode was a great pilot to launch a series and introduce a lot of new characters and new renditions of characters. They're less cartoonish and definitely more darker, more realistic renditions of the characters that we originally saw in older movies or even in comics. As someone who is only familiar with the movies and never really read any comics of Batman, unfortunately, overall I think that the direction of the show, of the pilot, was great. A lot of the shooting was on location, so the editing and stuff like that was great. Lighting especially played a huge part in this because certain parts would be filmed with specific lighting because of the environment they were in. And overall, I give the pilot an 8 out of 10 stars. I think it was a great start, and I look forward to seeing the rest of the series. Thank you so much for joining us for the new TV show, and please tune in next week for the second episode. We will be joined by a few other people. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for weekly content. We'll have new episodes of StageTalk coming out soon, and more TV show episodes for shows like Red Band Society and possibly once it comes out, American Horror Story Season 4. See you next week, guys. Bye.